DC here. Hi, guys and gals. Well, it is Tuesday. I'm a day late in the days that I usually make the tag. I usually make them on Mondays. But I will be doing my two usual tags, one after the other, in two videos. So I'm out walking. I'm not walking as far today. It is a scorcher already. We're up to 25. What time is it now? It is 10 o'clock. And it's already up to 25 degrees Celsius, but it's going to go into the mid 30s. So you can look that up. It's hot. And it's just, kind of an oppressive type of heat right now. So I'm up here, I'm walking a little bit further from home, but not very far, where as you can see there's woods, and I'm sitting on a bench, and I'm quite happy actually to be here and relax a little bit. But let me see, I've already done 1 minute and I should be doing tag questions. Okay, so we're going to start with Jasmine's tag. Hello, Jasmine, and thank you again for these questions. So, okay, there's a 5-question tag. You're going to start with the first one. Have you ever pretended to like someone but actually did not? I guess, yeah. Usually I'll tolerate a person. I'll be like, if you're in the field where I was, you were regularly with people that had either contrary opinions or had extremely big egos, and thought they were like there's a few vulgar terminologies, but thought they were a gift of God. Let's put it that way. We'll keep it at that one. And you knew they weren't. So, you gotta tolerate, you listen to what they had to say, and you just kind of like answered, Of course, there was a danger in that, is if they start asking questions, you have to nevertheless know a little bit what they were saying. But, the important thing was, especially in those situations, where that happened more often was we often would have, when we go to conferences, we'd have banquets. And you weren't always with the people that you desired, or myself being in a way slightly introverted ended up at the table where, I don't know, for one reason or another, I always ended up with the I don't know, a-holes of the world or whatever. So yeah, the question to that is, yeah, I try basically to steer away from those people, but you can't always. Okay, question 2. What just is not fair to you? Life? There's just so many things where there's not fairness. You shouldn't even expect fairness. It's not part of human nature. I know a lot of people think humans are, the apex of kindness and so on. Well, they're not. So life is just simply not fair. Because why? Because it's part of a corrupt world. Anyway, so I'm going to keep it at that. Oh, I wonder what that was. It was a bird. I thought it was a mouse or something, the way it creeped up. Okay, question 3. Oh, completely other type of question. Have you ever fired a gun? Yes. Not often, but as a teenager, yeah. Mostly, and I'm trying to think if it was other times, I think that actually mostly it was when I was in the Army Cadets. Yes, I was in the Army Cadets, believe it or not. It was actually a pretty cool group. And we would go after the Saturday mornings. We would have our drills or parades and stuff. And we would go into the Legion Hall. This is in Sutton, Quebec. We'd go into the Legion Hall, and I always used to find it funny because one of the responsible persons had to go down to the shooting range, the firing range with us, and we would be shooting modified old Army guns. I think they were 303s. I think they were called 303s, but it had been modified to have 22s in them. So we would shoot that and so on, and we'd get badges and stuff like that. And the other people that were responsible were one floor over, and they were in the bar. Army life, yeah. So that's my question 3. Question 4. Back to question 3. I have tried to shoot a rifle. A revolver once, That was difficult, I found. Yeah. Question 4. Can you trust your friends about anything? Why or why not? Again, it's what is a friend? People are much too casual, especially in North America, when they talk about friends. Oh, somebody's passing along here. In North America, people are much too casual when they talk about friends. They usually mix up acquaintances and colleagues with friends. I must admit, in Europe, you don't call just anybody a friend. Okay, that said, there are things I know, like the level of, it's not even the level of friendship. I mean, if you're friends with somebody, you know their character pretty well. And by knowing my different people's characters, I know that they have their weaknesses when it comes to revealing things and stuff like that. So, very few friends, even with my friends, very few friends would I trust them with everything. Now, I've been talking about friends, not talking about family for the moment. I've been talking about friends, which I considered for the moment out of the bloodline, put it that way. And yeah, I would actually say for certain things, there'd be one or two I might, and I do say might. So, you know, I think I've explained it. It's not a simple thing as one thinks. Question 5 and last. The original text had a mistake in it. It was like, do you hold grudges that it was meant? It was written fudges. So, you know, I don't hold. So the question is, do you hold grudges? Holding a fudge doesn't make much sense. Not in long term, but if I've been acted upon in an unjust fashion, I do have a certain amount of resentment. I have to work on it. So I've been told a few times, oh, you shouldn't feel that way. But, you know, it's not so easy. We are human people, and we're not perfect. So, yeah, we do tend to hold grudges. There's a difference, though, about having grudge and acting on it, like in vengeance or something like that. But a grudge is actually, you're hurting yourself, actually. But anyway, yeah, you know, if somebody really hurts me or what, it takes a little while to be able to gloss over it. And glossing over is not the right term. You have to come to terms with it. Okay, I kind of answered the question. So that's it. That'll be DC signing off. Take care, everybody. Thank you, Jasmine. That was a rather challenging tag. It was fun. Take care.